Okay, camera one, recording. Oh no!
Ready in 5, 4, 3.
Are you gonna put the backdrops down, or are you going
Oh shoot,
to...
do you want to do that while I'm setting stuff up? I was going to put the backdrops down. Or did I? I don't remember. Losing my pants.
Can you pass me that clip, please?
Where is it?
I'm trying to see it.
By my... I'll just get it, it's easier.
I'm trying to see it before you said that. Oh, I didn't turn my head enough.
Okay. Is my mic on? My mic is on.
Is my mic on? No. Is my mic on now? Yes.
It is. You ever wonder why they call them all Mike? Why do they all have the same name?
It's
Why
the
aren't some of them
short
Carl?
form of microphone.
Is that good?
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
So, I mean, I guess it'll either go by Mike or maybe Mr. Phone.
Do you want to...
Oh, we should
Should
start
we
calling
turn the
them
lights
Mr.
on
Phones.
too?
Yeah, I can do that from here though. No, I have my stick. I have my light stick.
And also, if you want to go by the middle name, much to Sam's glee, they will be Roe.
Are you trying to imply that I wasn't prepared, Sam?
Yeah.
I went.
Sit down. I want to make sure you guys are lined up in your camera.
I made a lot of plans, and I finally had to go with my preparation age.
That's like the 8th plan. You guys lined up? You happy with where you are?
I'm as happy
You're cutting
as
this
I'm
out,
gonna
right?
No, probably not.
be. You're cutting this out, right?
This is
I got it.
content gold.
So you get gold. Oh, got it.
I had a hair stuck in my tooth.
That's funny because there was hair in my booger too.
What was that from, Sam? Okay, I started writing an agenda, but I gave up partway through.
Regardless of what he calls it, it's not really flossing.
Ew.
There's a good opener.
We are mere casuals.
There we go. I'm so paranoid about using this cup because I like it, and you're like, why don't you use your Star Trek cup more? But I'm worried I'm gonna like wear out the paint on it or something and ruin it.
So
You wash it by hand.
Yeah.
Dishwashers would ruin it.
That's why I don't want a dishwasher.
if you're only half
Look,
paranoid, would you just be annoyed?
Did I actually say half paranoid? I
No.
need to stop saying stuff.
Do you know
like
what I
that.
don't like about the cup?
Star Trek stuff on it?
Will Riker.
No, that's not what I don't like about it. It's the metal straw. Every time I see you bring up the metal straw to your face, I feel like it's going to go into your eye, not your mouth.
See, I'm worried about chipping a tooth because
I'm worried about a spark igniting the whole place on fire.
Are you? Because that's an odd.
Yeah.
That's an odd phobia.
But you guys are worried about odd things as well.
Well, no, mine is a legitimate worry because
I
I bring this up to my mouth and I knock it on my tooth often. And like, listen to this. Is that catching? Is that picking? I don't know. I'm constantly hitting it on my teeth, and I'm worried I'm going to break a tooth with the straw.
Yeah, but what if one day you just miss your mouth and it goes into your eyeball?
That seems far less likely than me hitting the thing I'm aiming at already.
Or what if you go, and then like in your face?
I'm like that with doors.
Doors?
I'm afraid that someday I'll forget to open them and I'll just walk into them.
Oh, remember when you caught your eye in the corner of our cupboard?
Yes.
Sorry. That was bad. Like, that was bad. I
Did I
still
tell
don't
you- did you know
understand
about
how
that?
you did that.
Oh, now I'm going to be twitching all episode.
We're doing this on Twitch?
No, weren't we going to try? Oh, who's that? Is that you laughing?
That was me laughing.
If we start streaming these live, which we should, we should aim to do that next week. Let's do it on YouTube.
We should do it on a Patreon. Patreon level they can watch us live.
Or here we go. Here's a thought, because we got to integrate the YouTube because we want to start streaming on YouTube eventually, right?
Did you go on just a quick did you go in and confirm it on the Mere Casuals email that they are part of the management team of YouTube?
I tried to. When I clicked on it, it said I already was.
That's when you clicked on it on your phone. Did you try it on your PC?
Yeah,
like you
it said I already was.
Okay.
Which I'm confused about because I accepted that on my other email. So I don't know. But the emails are linked. Like, not linked, but like, you know how when you have, like, you know how when you go into your email, you can be like, switch to another email address?
Okay.
It's on that drop-down menu, but so is...
I don't know that, but I know the concept. So yeah.
But they're not linked. Like, I don't have them linked as, like, they're both under the same email. They're just both on my phone. So I'm wondering if, and they're also both on my Chrome. So I don't know. I'm confused.
I wonder if...
But I have access, like, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. But what we should do, because I was starting a thought and then got sidetracked. So what we should do is we should stream an episode live on YouTube. But can you, like, private the stream on YouTube and give access to it through, like, a Patreon paywall?
Well, you can private your videos, so I imagine that you could probably private your stream.
Because we go and be like, make a Patreon and be like, anyone that contributes, like even $1, like we're not asking for a lot here, like anyone who contributes either even like $1 or something. One of the perks, or like the base perk, is you get access to watching us record our episodes streamed on YouTube.
And you get to hear all the things that get cut out that I say.
Yeah. And you get to see us get up mid-episode and change our laundry and get new drinks.
Show our bellies.
Yeah. Not
also,
you.
What are you saying?
Wow, you're loud.
I mean, the feedback we've been getting, the main comment that we see from the videos when we post them on YouTube is that overwhelmingly people are shocked at how fat you are compared to the two of us.
I know. Thank you.
I have to fix my eyebrows.
I know. I tried to fix them the other day, but you wouldn't let me.
I need to shave them again. So
I know a guy.
I know several guys. What does that have to do with my eyebrows?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
The only thing is, when you private a video, it is anybody that has the URL can get into it. So if they join Patreon...
We'll have to look into it. There's got to be a way to, like, password protect a stream or something. I don't know. There's got to be a way of doing something.
Yeah.
There are often ways of doing things.
Or else things wouldn't get done.
So should we get to the point, is my main question.
I thought we got to the point. We want to stream this live for some select viewers.
That is the point, I suppose. Yeah, but we'll see. Because I think that would be cool. And I think we've got people that would watch that. But the thing is, we'd have to... You know what we'd have to do? I feel like I set my tripod up wrong. I did.
Oh, sorry.
I was just pumping a little more out there.
I've got two legs upright more than the others, so I might be tilted a little, but I lined it up, so I don't want to change it right now.
But when I put it away, I didn't move the legs. I just
No, it's not a matter of the legs being different lengths. I just didn't fully extend them out, like, because you know how it goes in. I didn't fully out.
I got you.
I hate that this isn't cold. So that would be cool to stream, because I feel like there's people that would watch that nonsense. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, because we would have to have a set time that we do this, though. We'd have to have a schedule.
That was my question. So would we change from a Monday morning recording
to what, like a Sunday evening?
To something that would be likely more viewers?
Because so
summer's coming, so that doesn't.
So here's
help.
the thing. I don't know how this works with your schedule, but Sam and I are both always off Friday evening. Do you work Friday evenings?
Yes.
I work until 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Friday, but there will be the occasional Friday where I am in there later. Like in a couple weeks, I'll be in there later.
Like how occasionally?
Like whenever I'm using the word like I'm a teenager.
No, like you're a teenager from the 90s. I don't think teenagers do that anymore.
I was already told I'm too old to know what goes on in teenagers' heads, so I'm long past that.
You are. You're an aged person, Sam.
Why didn't you put more ice?
You asked me a question.
I did go
You
put
look
more ice
so
in it. Well, because I was
disgusted
looking
by
forward
it.
to an iced coffee, and it's just a lukewarm coffee with ice patches.
The breathing, I have an idea, and I only saw this in passing, so I know you have a program, but one guy, when he was doing it, I don't know exactly what he did, but he took a spot of his recording that was really, really low, so he wasn't talking. It was kind of like a background noise, and he copied it, and I guess somehow he was able to eliminate that sound.
There is a function that does literally that in Audacity that I know how to use, but
So
forgot to
that's
use
the
last
same
week.
function.
Yeah, that's what the function is.
Okay.
You highlight a blank space as like a baseline. So like
Yeah.
we can do it right now. So nobody breathe for a second. So that either worked, or we can very faintly hear the WoW theme music in the background. I'm not sure which.
That's what I was looking
So, I usually close that. I forgot to close that. So we can take that, right? I will go and I'll highlight that point, and then I don't remember what it's called. It's under effects or something. And you do that and you do that, and then you do for the whole thing, and it equalizes it, and the silences become real silences, not.
That
Yeah.
one episode, I feel like we should not have put it out.
There's a lot of episodes we probably shouldn't have put out,
That
but it's a growth
episode-
process.
So that's probably exactly the same thing that I saw him do. I just thought you pressed one button kind of thing.
Well, it's a series of buttons.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, yay me, I figured out something that you've already been doing. Great.
Well, I mean, okay, so you say that I've already been doing. It's something that I know how to do, but sometimes forget to do. So last week, for example, I don't think I fixed the breathing last week, but the week before, I'm pretty sure I did. So it's just a matter of me knowing what I'm doing. No, me remembering what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. So also, I use Audacity, and I know that the Adobe audio software is like better and has a lot more functionality for doing stuff like that. I just haven't finished learning how to use it properly yet. So there's options there. Like if I start using the Adobe version, which is called
Long,
remember.
awkward pause.
I don't remember what it's called. It's called something. I mean, they all have like titles. But yeah, when I figure that out, I can use that. Like I want to say Audition, but I might be wrong. Are you looking it up? Because I feel like it's Audition.
I think it's Audition.
Okay.
Audition.
It is Audition. Perfect. So maybe someday I'll use that. I did get a trial of it, and I fiddled around with it for a week, and I was like, I don't got time for this, and I ended the trial, but eventually I'll go back and I'll actually purchase it and figure it out.
Well, I mean, this is free.
This is free, and this is fine, but I'm also reaching the point with Adobe products where I think if I get one of the discounts on the packages, it won't really cost me much extra to get Audition. So, because I'm already using several other Adobe products.
Adobe Audition is gold.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Well, just so I don't have to turn my computer around, I'll just take a picture.
It's getting colder. Oh, yeah.
Is that what AU means?
I was thinking that was silver, but AG is silver. AU is gold. Yeah.
It's very little that I know. Please don't tell me that I'm wrong when I think I know something.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right. I'm pretty
I'm
pretty sure AU
overly
is gold and
confident.
AG is silver.
I'm overly confident that AU is gold.
Do you know what iron is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know.
I know, but I'm a little iffy on it.
Oh.
Did what's her name not send you that picture?
What's her name?
The why is it Iron Man and not female, like FE male? Missed opportunity. Did you not get that?
I've seen it before,
Okay.
but not recently.
Because FE is iron. We're scientists. I don't like naming people.
No, she didn't send
Does
that
she
to
not
me.
send you stuff all the time? Oh,
How
maybe
do
that's
I
just
know
me.
that name?
You've met before.
Oh, okay.
She thinks you're funny too. I don't know what people. I don't know. Everyone thinks you're funny. It's weird.
Oh, she's down. Are you coming over on Wednesday?
She's down for what?
She's down for 2 days.
Wednesday. Working Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
What about? Yeah, are they leaving Thursday?
I'm off Saturday, Sunday,
that's
Monday.
really the only option. Tuesday night, but they'll be here late, and then Wednesday. But this is all not really relevant
cut this out.
to our
It's not
podcast at
important.
all.
I love that Canada Day is on Saturday and my days off are Sunday, Monday.
Isn't it always on a Saturday?
No, it's on
No.
the 1st.
Yeah, no.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday this week.
Are we
Yeehaw!
recording on Sunday next week?
We could do it Saturday, Sunday, or Monday.
Yeah, Sunday might be best because that's our last day of vacation,
But
and
do
we
you
got
know-
nothing else going on that
Do
day,
you
do we?
know what Sunday is next week? Anybody? Any takers?
Day after Saturday? The day before Monday.
Yeah.
Our last day of vacation?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Continue.
I mean,
what's next?
What is it? Is there anything special going on Sunday,
I think
Sam?
I know, but I think you have more of a
I have no idea.
grasp into what this should be than I do.
I have no idea.
Josh
I-
already told me he forgot about it.
Am I wrong?
No.
This is the day we're wearing a striped shirt, pair of jeans, listening to Anagata Davida.
Yes.
Anagata.
Inagata. Not Anagata.
That's what I said.
You said Anna.
No,
Anna?
baby.
Anna?
Okay.
I know the calendar date that it is. I lost track of how deep we are into June. Like, I was shocked that it is the 26th of June today.
Memories.
Is that not shocking to you?
I'm starting to think back to the last time I forgot how deep I was into June.
It's the old age. He forgets what he's doing while he's doing it. It's our anniversary on Sunday, Sam. I know.
Okay.
I wasn't
Happy
supposed to buy you
anniversary!
something,
Happy
was I?
anniversary!
What?
I
Happy
wasn't supposed to
anniversary.
buy you something, was I?
You never have.
Did you buy me anything?
No.
Well, yeah, we're good then. Don't we usually, like, I don't know, hang out and record a podcast that day? That can be my gift to you.
You guys can have sex and have another baby.
Ugh,
No.
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 Which part?
So, do we want to turn this into a WoW podcast soon?
This brings me back to the time where I was up in my living room sitting next to my ex.
Okay, so the fire festival.
No, I want to hear where this. I want to know where this is going.
Wanna...
I'm curious now.
Well, just the noises coming up from the basement.
Coming from the basement.
Stop! Stop!
Oh yeah. Sam.
Oh, slow clap for you.
It's colder near the bottom. Why are you red, Sam? Did you get a sunburn?
Oh my god. That was a dark time in our lives.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Okay, this is a WoW
Memories.
podcast.
Is it? Do you want to introduce who we are, Sam?
We're
You can do it, Sam. Who are we? What are we doing here?
Hear me, casual.
No, you got to talk louder into the microphone, Sam. You can do it. You can do it.
The funny thing is, there's a big chunk that we can edit out here, but we really shouldn't.
No, we can leave this all in for context. Well, because can you imagine if we cut and we came back and Sam's just red and out of breath?
That'd be even worse.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we need to leave this stuff in.
I'm going to look at you in a whole different way. Oh, huge inside joke. Speaking about huge inside, who are we?
Where you go? You talk.
Okay.
No, you got to introduce us, Sam. It's your job today. You drew the straw.
We are Mere Casuals. We're a podcast about World of Warcraft.
Oh, look, it's not picking you up. You gotta get that. You gotta be clear into the microphone, Sam. You're all red, Sam.
I can't do it looking at you guys now. I can't.
I kept her going as long as I could.
Oh, would you like me to introduce us, Sam?
Yes, please.
We are Mere Casuals, a World of Warcraft podcast that focuses on Wrath of the Lich King, a World of Warcraft expansion. Specifically, Phase 3 of Wrath of the Lich King, a World of Warcraft expansion. I'm Josh / Will Riker, a paladin.
I'm Sam / Roll Aaron.
Are you a priest or a hunter?
Both.
Oh, both again?
Yeah.
Neat.
I am Alan / Okona / Kona / Rajenko / Ulysses. I'm back to Ulysses.
Did you? Okay,
Who did you
because
switch to that?
what did you switch his name to? Because I don't remember liking it.
Chris Pike.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was fine because we were doing the Star Trek theme.
Yeah. Well, that's where Rozhenko came from, because I was
Yes.
searching up
Warrior
names. And Alexander Rozhenko was on there. Okay, first
Is
of all...
Worf's last name technically Roshenko as well?
That's what the book said.
No,
Yeah. No, his parents' last name are Roshenko.
His adoptive parents were Rozhenkos.
Okay. Here's the thing with that book.
But he's Worf's son of Moog.
We've got this. Yeah, son of Moog is his like Klingon lineage.
Yes.
But he's partially human, right? Not partially human, but he's raised human
Yes.
by humans. So would he have taken their last name at some point?
They didn't delve into that too much. I'm going to think
I
that
feel like
maybe...
they did in some of the books.
The books, maybe. The books I don't think are part of the canon.
Because I heard an interesting fan theory, right? So the theory is, it's not even really a theory, it's kind of an obvious thing, that Worf culturally is more human than he is Klingon. That's why he's so uncomfortable around Klingons all the time. You ever notice on Next Generation, every time there's Klingons involved, everyone's like, Worf, you're a Klingon, you deal with this. And he's like, oh.
Well,
because he was raised...
no.
Yeah, no, it's true. If you look at the episodes, he is visibly uncomfortable around other Klingons.
I'm not knowing that part. The part that I'm knowing is... I think he was more embarrassed about his father than he was about being around Klingons.
There was that as well, but that didn't even come up until like season 4 or 5.
Okay.
Because remember the episode where he went and found that colony, that's when he found out his father was like disgraced. Remember when he found the Klingons living peacefully with the Romulans on that like moon? He didn't know his father was disgraced until then. Earlier in the seasons, he was just kind of awkward Klingon man.
Okay. No, that's true. So, yeah,
And
well,
then
it makes sense.
and then his father's name was cleared, like later on that season. So he wasn't disgraced, wasn't it?
Well, it was like seasons later, I believe.
Yeah, maybe seasons later, but at some point.
So I think his parents on Earth allowed him to stay son of Moog out of respect, because I don't think I've ever seen him referred to as Worf Rozhenko.
Not on the show, but I'm wondering if there was I don't know.
I want to check that book now.
Because they adopted him. Because in the book that I'm talking about, we've got the Starfleet Academy book, right? That we've been reading to our 5-year-old because we're cool like that. They introduce his family in the book, and they talk about his parents. I forget their names. But then they introduce his brother, whose name, shockingly, is not Nikolai. Do you remember what it was? It was some weird other name. But Sam was reading it out loud while we were driving, and she said his name, and I was like, no, his brother's name is Nikolai. What are they talking about? Because from the episode, right?
Yeah,
his brother's Nikolai, because he's
With
like...
the faulty holodeck.
Yeah, and I was really confused. I don't know which came out first, but someone involved in the writing of Star Trek was confused at some point because they got Worf's brother's name wrong.
That's
I'm
horrible.
sure it's a very normal thing to be reading a book and know everything and be like, that name is wrong for that secondary character.
That is something that should not have gotten through the editors.
No. I mean, they should have cleared this with me prior to publishing it. So your name's Okona, is what you're saying, though.
Okona?
Roshenko.
Okona,
Yes,
Roshenko.
yes. Roshenko's your warrior.
Yes, so the warrior, Alexander Roshenko.
So this was all relevant.
Yeah. He, I guess he was posted on a ship. So that's where he comes up with in the warrior list. So I said, okay, it goes with the Star Trek algorithm that we were doing. Mm-hmm. And it is a warrior name.
I'm still using Star Trek names.
And Roshenko is not overly weird compared to all the other names I picked. I didn't name him Telehuikol.
Which is difficult to pronounce and even harder to spell.
And probably taken already.
You think?
I had to special figure it on Ash Candy.
So there's another person in this world that would use that name.
Because it's a prominent warrior name. I'm not the only person.
I know, I believe
in the
you,
world
but most people
Googles.
have no idea what you're talking about.
And he's got a pretty cool story.
I'm sure he does.
I remember reading it and thinking it was pretty cool, so I'll have to read it again, so don't ask what the story is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cue up. Oh, what's the story right now, Al? Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Was I supposed to?
I expected you to.
You told me not to ask. I was trying to respect your wishes,
I
Alan.
didn't pre-tell you. Anyway.
You told me just now
Pray
before
tell.
I would have said it.
I did not pre-tell. Yeah, so Roshenko.
What are we talking about? Oh, we're naming our characters.
Yeah, and that's
That was
where...
a long intro.
When I brought back Chris Pike, I said, enough of this. And I went back to the Celtic druid name of Euisius.
Yes. Useless is one of my favorite character names that Al's used.
Or, as they used to say in the Alliance back then, Yui.
Do you ever miss that guild?
The guild? Yes and no.
Do you just miss those times?
Well, the times are good.
I'm still part of their Discord.
The people.
Are they still functioning?
I don't know.
There's check your phones behind me.
Yeah, no, I was looking for it.
There's at least one person that I wish we had more time with, Sarcastia.
Yeah.
Because she was fun. She seemed normal out of the bunch. And she
seemed normal-ish. I mean, as normal as you can be.
Well, yeah. I don't know what you're referring to that wouldn't be, but I mean, given
She reminded me of somebody that I knew.
Somebody that you used to know.
Yeah, somebody that I don't know them anymore.
No,
she reminded me of the HR person at one of the first houses that I work at for the organization they work at. She sounded like her, kind of acted like her, and what did she do? Did she do like raid scheduling, or was it Guild Bank? She did something, but either way, the whole thing was like very similar, and I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
Which isn't
her.
a bad thing.
I like my HR
she's
manager, so
gone.
that's
I don't
not
think she's
bad.
alive anymore.
Oh.
But no, and then when we happened to join that one guild,
Oh, when we switched
when we went
over.
to Horde,
Yeah,
and I
that was
decided
weird.
She just happened to be there.
I said, anybody here play Alliance? And then somebody silently puts their hands up. At least that's what they typed.
They silently put their hand. Oh, okay.
They
They
typed
typed silently
silently.
put their hand.
Yeah.
Odd thing
And then
to
I
do,
said,
but-
were you part of, okay, by chance, were you part of the guild?
You
And
can probably say their name.
Poseidon?
Yeah.
And again, raised her hand and said, who is this?
We haven't said anything bad about them.
Yeah,
have
I
we?
said, who is this? And she goes,
Yeah.
Sarcastia. I said, Sark, it's Eurystheus. You're like, oh, hey, how you doing? We used
She
to
didn't talk to me.
we used to share materials.
Did she not? Because she messaged me
No.
after Al.
We all said who we were. See, this is the thing. This is the thing that I've learned throughout my life. People don't like me.
Well, it's because you keep leaving
Okay,
their
well-
guilds and joining
No,
other
it's-
guilds.
Okay, no, listen,
Hey.
listen. You say that,
It's true.
but everybody in Discord, our Mere Casual Discord, always tags you and Al and never me. That's probably because I never really check Discord.
Yes.
But if they tagged me, I would probably participate.
But the thing
I
that-
see her tags.
The
I
thing-
see
the
her
thing that
tags
happened-
increasing in the next little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
probably. But it's funny because we all joined that guild, right? And we were all there, and we all said we were over from that guild. She messaged both of you individually and had a conversation. I got nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. People don't like me.
I'm
I'm an abrasive person, apparently.
You're hit and miss with me. There's
Yeah.
some days where
I know. You got mad at me earlier because
you said you were going to make me breakfast,
I
and then
said,
who
here's
ended
what
up
I
making
said.
breakfast?
I said we should have bacon and egg wraps for breakfast. I didn't say I would make it.
There's one thing we learned at the very beginning is that you really appreciate it when he's hitting with you.
I had at the time I had an hour and 15 minutes before the daily dungeon reset, and I hadn't done my daily yet, and I needed my emblems of triumph because I need to keep getting my daily, which reminds me I need to do 10 man. I need to do 10 man.
Hard mode.
No, 10 man. What's the
10
new one called? I wrote it down.
10 hard
Trial
man
of
mode.
Trial of the Crusader.
Trial of the
wait.
Grand Crusader.
This is 5, man.
Yeah. I did write 5 man. No, Trial of the Champion is 5 man. Trial of the Crusader is 10 man.
They had to name them all Trial of, didn't they?
And if you can tell, we
Yeah.
have small children because he's using a crayon.
Hey, at least I'm not using the super crayon. So
Oh, I almost said something bad.
I need to do that because, and preferably on heroic, because I want to get my 15 triumph. Because my tier bonus. Let's talk about this later. Do you want to go into like the news because we introduced ourselves?
Yeah, the news can be pretty short this week.
Pause for news intro.
It's time for the news. We should do an animation for that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'll put on a
Do you know-
a brim hat with the word press coming out of it, cigar in my mouth, and some papers.
You know, it's not an animation. That's just you wearing a hat with a cigar. We
Or
need
we can make it
cigars.
an animation.
So do that, film it, and then animate it with the style I've been messing around with. Sweet. We need cigars for that, though.
No, we
you
don't.
wanna go get
If we have
cigars
the
after?
animation, we can just animate the cigar in so that when my mouth is open, the cigar doesn't fall out.
For that type of animation, though, it's kind of it's similar to rotoscope, right? So you need something there.
I absolutely know what rotoscope is.
Do you actually? You don't? Okay. You don't though.
No.
Okay, but it's for people that do know. It's similar to rotoscope. It's just like AI assisted rotoscope. So Al assisted rotoscope. Yeah. And we didn't do anything for the Al segment.
You haven't in weeks.
So you need. I know it's because I keep forgetting, and it hasn't been popping up. I think I saw all the AI news. There is no more.
No, I've been.
It
seeing
has
stuff.
all been said. Well, then why don't you?
Because it's funnier when you spring it on me and I can make something up.
I know it is, but we haven't been. I've had a busy couple weeks. I'm on vacation this week. I'll get on
Busy
that.
He's
couple
also
weeks.
going to be busy.
He says
Yeah, I
busy.
know.
You just going and raiding and running dungeons and abandoning our guild.
Sometimes.
The thing
Abandoned.
is, I was in the middle of cooking the breakfast he said he was going to cook me, and you come to the door, and he made me stop cooking the breakfast he was supposed to cook me to come unlock the door so we could continue playing his
I
dungeon.
noticed
We
that.
were midway through killing the second boss, and I was the tank. I can't just get up and walk out of the chair.
I would have waited.
People depend on me, Sam. I'm
Yes.
the tank.
Yes, people do depend on you.
So she can make her own breakfast. She's a professional cook. You know how to cook eggs. Do you know what she did?
Just stop. What? No.
She cooked the eggs in the bacon grease.
That's
Oh,
not where I thought you were
really?
going with that.
Can you imagine? Yeah, after I specifically asked her to, so I guess it's fine.
Oh, funny work stories.
That's later. That's a segment.
I totally forgot one, so remind me about the fan later. This is literally work. 'Cause- okay, you guys will love this one. Sorry, when you said cooking eggs and bacon grease, that's what I thought of.
Okay.
A fan? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's important.
So,
So we paused for
the
the news
news.
intro, so we're on the news now. So Al's going to read us some news.
Okay, so most of this news isn't really stuff that if you've been playing the game, you wouldn't have encountered. It's all updates on Trial of the Crusader, Trial of the Champion, and all the fixes. What is news is they had a hot fix at the beginning of the week, so you may have already experienced this as well. The Frost Lord at Hoon.
Oh,
So apparently,
he's a Frost Lord. So is this a boss? Okay, so
he's the
Ahune,
Midsummer boss.
is he not usually in that dungeon?
I don't know enough about that dungeon to be able to answer that.
Isn't it in like slave pens or something?
But anyway, in the heroic version, he's been showing up at level 80, and all his associated minions at level 80 elites.
I'm listening. I'm just googling Ahune.
So if you are normally running a heroic version of slave pens on your level 70 tunes, you're going to run into these level 80 elites. The intention was that we were going to go in there on normal and face the level 80 Ahune. So they hotfixed it so he doesn't appear as level 80 in the heroic version of that dungeon.
Okay, so hold on here. He's a bonus boss like the Headless Horseman. And he has loot. So you can go in. I'm going to check his loot table in Atlas Loot here real quick to see what he drops. He's got 2 phases. So he's not a boss, because you said we have to go kill a Hoon in Coilfang, and I was like, oh, I don't remember that boss, but just assumed he's one that was already there. But apparently he is not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I thought so. I didn't really question it. But he's like a Headless Horseman style bonus boss. So I'm gonna check his loot here real quick. Okay, so we need Burning Crusade. Do you know which one is it Slave Pens?
Yes.
Oh, he's not listed here. You sure it's Slave Pens? Okay, so is there a spot for... Oh, wait. I don't know.
Yes, it is slave pens.
I don't
There's
know how to
something I
find it.
didn't know. I guess there's a mount that drops.
Oh, here we
And,
go. It's probably under... Nope. I don't know. It's apparently it's not on
With
Atlas.
our
Loot.
luck of mounts, we will not get it.
And
this is in the raid. Trial of the Grand Crusader.
Wowhead lists the items, but there's no links to them.
Well, I guess we'll just have to go and
It
experience it.
just
We
says a caster staff, a melee DPS cloak, a tanker cloak, a tank cloak, and a caster cloak.
No, really, it's a cloak that's the shape of a truck that's going to explode on the 401.
Oh, here they are. So they are... Oh, that can't be right. Item level 110? This must be like the Burning Crusade.
yeah, I don't think they have. I don't think Wowhead gets updated stuff right away.
Well, this is all completely useless.
I didn't know there was a mount that could drop in the Trial of the Grand Crusader. Swift Alliance Steed.
And this is in trial of the which one?
Oh, what are these attempts?
Okay, so do you know how this all works?
Oh.
I will explore.
Is this
I will
news?
explain. No, I was going to say I will explain
Okay.
Trial of the Grand Crusader later
Okay.
when we're talking about that.
Yeah, so the rest of the news is it's all about the trials, the Crusader, and all this stuff, and just updates. It's nothing, telling it is now live. You should know that by now. They're talking about the Progress, world's first new brachials. Who cares?
I was just distracted trying to figure out what that red light on the phone was.
June 23rd hotfix. Again, they just did a patch for the Titan runes. Ooh, here's some hot news. The schedule of maintenance for Blizzard game. So, it says breaking news. This week's scheduled maintenance.
Straw wasn't in the whole way and it squirted at the sides.
So I guess they've had to up the maintenance. So this is going to come as a shocker. But we're going to be down for maintenance Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. till 8 p.m., whatever time they're in.
Only an hour?
Yes, but that's breaking news.
Is it? Because that seems
showed up
obvious to me.
Yesterday at 7:10 p.m.
I'm glad you told me, or else I would have been shocked and disappointed. Isn't
Okay.
that the time it's usually down though?
Yes.
Okay,
I was speaking in Sarcastian.
because they there's a storm. Wasn't there a storm last time we recorded too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, today is scattered. It's not scattered. It's scattered thunder showers today.
Yes, I saw that. They're scattering above us right now because our power's flickering again.
Was that what you looked up? I didn't notice.
You didn't notice the
didn't
lights
notice?
flicker?
No, I just thought it was my life burning out again.
Oh, that's the. Remember how I said I marked spots for shorts on the last video we put out?
No.
I did. One of them was when the power flickered. I don't know if you caught it and put it as a short or not because I watched some of your shorts.
Where
but
did
there's
you
a lot.
mark it?
On a piece of paper for myself, and then didn't give it to you because I forgot.
Okay.
It's around here
Is
somewhere.
the power flicker one up there?
Went up where? I don't know. I only watched like half of them.
Which episode?
The last one that the video is out for.
Okay, so it's up there.
Oh,
Okay,
you mean
so-
is the video itself up there? Yeah. Because I remember editing it and making the notes and
Do you have that note anywhere? Because I'll put it up. Because no, I don't have a short for that. Actually, I'd like it. I like it if we could actually just mark off where you want shorts. Because I pretty much live this entire thing listening to the whole thing. I don't know if I want to do that every week just to get a short out of it. That's a lot of work if we can.
Yeah, that's kind of why I made notes because that's.
It's not important right now.
What I did
I don't know.
while you're looking at it.
I'll find them. They're probably over on the ledge somewhere.
So I've been releasing our beta rune dungeon runs. And
Oh, here's the thing. Before I forget, people listening, if anyone listens to that episode and notices the timestamp of the episode when we laugh because because the power and we looked up and we made that little
Don't
hit
look
the
up.
spring. And I made the
said
don't look up joke and stuff. If anyone made a mental note or listens back and figures out when we said that, point it out and we'll put a short out for
I might
it.
actually be cued pretty close to that spot because I love listening to us. Actually, it makes me laugh.
Well, that's nice.
So I do remember. I think I was listening to that at home. I may be really close to that spot.
Okay, so you were talking though.
Yeah, we've been running a lot of beta rune dungeons, and
Yes.
I've been posting the videos. And for the shorts, I do the intro.
Sam even did one.
Yes, that one's not posted yet. That one will come up. Been doing it one a day. Been doing 4 shorts for each. So
Do Sam a favor. Can you blur out the damage meters for that one?
yes. I did a short on the intro because I usually try and stop the intro at a good spot. Like I stopped the one where Bob said he had to pee. And I'd like to get our new intro song. Can you upload the new intro song so I can make a video?
Didn't I?
Maybe. I'll have to look again, but just in case.
because I have an updated video with the new intro song.
Yeah, it's my old video.
Yeah, but it's updated with the new intro song. You want an updated video?
I want to make a new video.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn I put it on the Google Drive, but maybe I didn't.
I'll look again. But anyway, regardless. And then I've done a short for each boss we've led into. So, and I've released them. So yeah, they're there.
That's some fun news.
But as of 4 o'clock today, I have nothing else releasing afterwards.
I may have the video done by then. I've been slow.
Well, I still have a lot of dungeons to release.
Yes, okay. Because I got invited to do stuff in game, and I can't just say no to people. Like the other night, I was on, and I can't remember if we had done something beforehand, but Bob was like, "Let's do like a dungeon," and I was like, "I can do one."
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Nettie just started playing World of Warcraft.
You get
I
notifications
thought they already
for
played.
that?
I've done several
Like this
dungeons with
morning.
them.
No, that's the notification because I had to update when I was trying. Oh yes, I was.
Is that a
trying to-
Discord thing?
I was trying to log in yesterday to
Uh-huh.
World of Warcraft in the morning. I don't know if anybody else had this issue, but it kept booting me out. They were having issues with
Yes,
it.
I did hear about that.
So I
and
tried
I
to
did
log
notice, like the evening before, that it was super laggy and unstable.
in. Yeah. So I tried to log in manually, which means I had to use my authenticator. My authenticator said, "Oh, we moved over to this." So I was like, "Great." So I moved over to that. And now the Blizzard app gives me notifications when people log in. Like this morning when you messaged me, I got notification that you messaged me. It says, "Sorry, I'm running short on time." But right above it says, "Josh has just logged into World of Warcraft."
Okay, first of all, I sent that message like an hour before I logged in.
It wasn't an hour before you logged in.
It was approximately
It was
an hour
a
before I
while.
logged in.
We
It
were
was a
still
while.
upstairs trying to figure out what we were doing today.
That was before the sick
But you know
child
what?
even woke up.
This morning is such a blur to me that you're probably right.
So anyways, what I was saying is I have trouble saying no to people because the other day I was on and I had to get up at 6 o'clock for work.
He has no trouble saying
And,
no to me.
and Bob was like, "Let's do a dungeon." And I was like, "Okay, but I can only do one because I have to be up early."
so three
So
dungeons
we did
later.
one. No, we did like 5. So we did one because he was like, "Do you want to just do the daily?" And I was like, "Well, I already did the daily." But I was like, "Okay, we can do Halls of Lightning." And he's like, "Yeah, I love Halls of Lightning because Halls of Lightning is so fun." So we did Halls of Lightning. And then we also did like Halls
was
of
I
Stone.
in that Halls of Lightning? I was in that Halls of Lightning, but I dropped out before Halls of Stone.
Possibly, because then we went and did Halls of Stone, and I was like, okay, but I'm just going to do the 2 because I'm tired. And he's like, well, let's do the Gundrak skip. And I was like, there is no Gundrak skip. You need to do the whole thing. And he's like, no, you can go in and you can skip all the bosses except the last one. I was like, that's not Gundrak, that's Draktherin. And he's like, oh, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely sure. He's like, okay, well, let's go to Gundrak and do the skip. And I was like, there's no Gundrak skip. Let's do the Draktherin. He's like, well, do you want to do Gundrak anyways? So we did Gundrak. And then we did the Draktherin skip. And then I was like, okay, but I need to go to bed now. And I was like, but I'll do one more, I guess. So then we did like 5 of them. And I was up way too late.
He's really willing to let me go, but he'll hold on to you. I'm a little offended.
No, it was my own fault because I wanted to keep doing them.
Yeah.
I would like to have done like 15 of them. Is there 15? I would like to have done a lot
FYI,
of them.
Bob, I'm not really offended.
I would have liked to even do more,
It's all
but
about the
eventually
viewers.
I was like,
Well-
okay, I need to go to bed now. But I want to do another one. But I need to go to bed, but I want to do another one. So I think I even was like, why don't we go do... I think we actually did do a Guard Pinnacle as well. Because I was like, UP is a skip. Let's go do that one too. So... But they're finally like, okay, so we're going to do the daily next. And I was like, good. I already did the daily. That means I can go to bed. So I went to bed. But I've done the daily every day. Getting those Triumph badges. I'm up to like 20 some odd Sidereal Essence, which is like over halfway to my new sword. So what I'm hoping to happen, I'm hoping that I get like a sword drop so that I can buy like 2 cool upgrades. Because I want Dark Matter. Dark Matter is a cool trinket. And there's some other stuff that I want too.
Do you know what I want?
No, I do not.
It'd be really nice if you could take like a quick moment out of your day, since you can't say no to anybody. Invite us to guild and up us to the proper level.
Did I not do that yet?
No.
And
You want me to do that right now?
guild tabard.
Yeah, I should do the guild
Okay,
tab.
well, you say you don't. He doesn't say no. So I suggested something to him.
I'm not talking about
What did you
sex.
What did you suggest,
So I'm
Sam? I didn't say no.
Why does it always go to that?
I'm single. My
That's the wrong character.
my main other
Anyways.
partner is the internet, Google.
We're going to Kingston on Saturday.
Getting arrested?
Well, I want to
Okay,
do that.
I didn't
but
say
listen,
no.
Listen,
I
let
had
me
a
tell the story. Let me
counter-suggestion.
tell the story.
Oh, I
Let
want
me
to. I
tell
want
the
to go. I
story.
want to go. I want to go.
You want to come with us? Are you working Saturday? Is it even going to be open on Saturday?
Okay. Do I want to come with
Kingston, like the entire city?
No, the penitentiary. Anyways, not the point of the story.
No, I just find it interesting. They asked me if I want to come with you. With us.
Gross.
Okay, well,
Okay.
next thing.
No, the Kingston Penitentiary is a nice tour. I would
Is it
love.
5-year-old friendly?
Yes.
Okay.
I told you,
anyways,
it's like
can I
an
tell the story?
educational thing.
It depends on how bored he gets, because it is educational.
Well, if he gets bored and starts acting up, you're already in a prison.
That's true.
Just lock him up.
The doors are all open. The ones that are closed stay closed, and Vern won't let you. If Vern is there, tell him I said hi. I will read his book. But he doesn't care because I already bought
Okay.
it.
Don't know who Vern is. Okay, so
You will. If you
while
go to
Sam's
Kingston.
telling the story, who am I ranking up? Rolaren?
Well, you have to invite, so I'm not even on.
Well, just
You're both already in the guild, aren't you?
no.
I have one person in the guild. I got 3 others to come in.
Really? Oh, because there's only... I think you're right.
Anyways, the point of my story was we were going to Kingston for the day. And I'm just like, okay, why don't we, because it's the end of our holidays, why don't we just stay the night, get a hotel for the kids, blah, blah, blah. It'll be fun.
Bed and
outing.
breakfast.
Okay, cool. That's
Or-
still not point of the story.
Oh,
And
sorry.
Josh is like, but I was hoping to be home before 8 o'clock Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? It's
Great.
because he doesn't want to let down his new guild he joined. So
I
he's cutting
want-
family time short
No.
so he can
What
play
was my
World of
counter
Warcraft.
suggestion? I was like, why don't we go down Friday night and come back Saturday that we're still saying night? And it allows me to not miss the literal second time. This little second raid. I don't want to miss. I don't want to start missing stuff. I don't want to be that unreliable person that doesn't show up.
So
I don't
our
wanna be
next
Sam.
couple
What? Our next couple what?
our next time we're on holidays, are we going to plan our vacation around raid again?
Ideally, yeah. It's just Saturday evening. Nothing's
know,
open
but-
Saturday evening. We can't go tour.
Do you know
prison
how I
Saturday
handle
evening.
that? I say, I'm going somewhere. I won't be at a raid.
But I don't wanna.
Oh, I'm just saying
But
how
he
I
has
do it.
no problem saying no. He has a problem saying no to everybody else but me. He'll say no. I don't want to do that. I want to be home by 8
Didn't
o'clock.
say no. Okay, first of all, going to Kingston was my idea, not yours. Remember, I came home and I was like, "We're going to Kingston this weekend."
Well, that was a whole other reason that we probably shouldn't have went because I thought something else was happening then.
When?
Not point of the story. Like it's
Okay.
That's
But
personal.
still.
I can tell you later.
Okay.
But
Oh, is it that time? What are you talking about?
no, I'll tell you later. That
See, that's you got to zoom in when Sam does that with her face.
I didn't see
When
it,
she
but
goes-
I'll find it.
The disgusted, surprised, shocked look. What are we even talking about? Is this the news still?
No.
Are we done the news?
Pretty much. There was nothing but updates. And that breaking...
We should record a new news outro, but not right now. So we're going from the news to. Do we want to talk about what we've been up to? What
Are
kind
bed
of
and
things
breakfasts
we've been doing?
even kid friendly?
You have to find one that allows kids, but why don't we just go to a motel like we do?
That's what I thought. But
That's
he's
what I
go
like doing. I like going to cheap motels with outdoor pools
or an indoor pool.
or an indoor pool, but outdoor pools are outside, like in the sun, where it's
Where I
outside and
burn?
in the sun. Well, you can put sunscreen on,
I will still burn. Have you met me?
but less. I mean, I saw how red you get earlier. Was that from the sun?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
This is it.
Kid
What-
friendly?
I haven't looked into the kid-friendly part, but
Oh,
this
it's a
is...
hidden cottage. That's cool.
Yeah, you can call it hidden if you want. It's just down an alleyway. But this is where we stayed when we went to Kingston. This was once owned by Gord Downey.
oh, I don't like him.
Well, lucky for you, he won't be there.
Why not?
Became Mr. Sensitive because he's dead.
I know.
But
Okay, I don't dislike him personally. I just don't like the Tragically Hip. I think they're overrated.
It's got a nice kitchen, nice living room. You got that fireplace. I slept in this room up here, which will take forever. There we go.
This all makes for fascinating podcast content, by the way.
Nice shower, kitchen. It's a really, really thin alleyway. You're driving. You got to be really careful when you're going through. You're gonna go in, then you have room to turn around and park. Oh, it was nice though.
World of Warcraft. What do we even have left to talk about?
We have lots of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
We haven't even talked about anything yet. And we're 50 minutes.
Did we? Oh shoot! How are we 50 minutes in?
We
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to edit some stuff out of this one. So, was it this week? When did we transfer servers? Was it before last
Like
week?
a couple days ago.
No.
It was a couple days ago.
Was it? Was it this week?
Yeah.
So last episode we made, we hadn't transferred
No.
characters yet. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. I could check, but my phone's up there. So we all transferred to
Benediction.
That can't be. Oh, right. No, because we were playing on Benediction, just hadn't transferred our characters yet.
yeah, we had our boosted characters.
Right. Okay, because I was like, no, there's no way that's true because we've talked about being on Benediction lots, but I forgot about the other characters. So, because, yeah, that was on like Monday or something, because I remember it was like it was like the day before the content patch, because I transferred over and then was like immediately able to start doing the heroic pluses, the
Yes.
double pluses.
Yeah, so it would have been that day. So it would have been the 20th.
Oh, can you imagine if we weren't able to transfer? How, like, I mean, well, you've been playing your shaman, so you probably can't imagine because you've been playing your normal one anyways, but, like, I'd still be playing my other paladin. That'd be terrible.
Yeah,
I'd be doing slightly less damage, and I'd be considerably less happy.
No.
Well, because... so here's
the
fun.
20th. Realm transfer is no longer restricted. Okay, so that is news if you didn't know already that the realm transfers are open, no longer restricted.
That's, yeah, I feel like everybody knows, but it is
Yeah.
technically news since last week.
But get your tunes over.
So here's the thing. There's a couple cool things. I already had a completed tank set on my other paladin, right? So I'm able to like queue up as a tank for these heroic pluses, which is super useful because if I queue up, when I say queue up, I mean list myself on the group finder. But when I queue up as a ret paladin, I don't know why I'm air quoting. I don't know why I'm
You
air
get
quoting.
so mad at us when we
Yeah,
do
and
it.
did you see my face when I did it? I was mad. I don't like it when I knock my mic stand because it's annoying. When I queue up as a ret paladin, I have never been invited to a group. It just doesn't happen. When I queue up as a tank paladin, I usually get multiple invites within a couple seconds. So it's super handy that I have my paladin with the tank set here. And also, as an added bonus, when I was setting up my tank spec on my other boosted paladin, I didn't actually play it because I wanted to get enough gear to actually do it properly. So I had gone, and remember I was talking last week about, you know how the prices are different? This shield that I bought on Ash Candy, I spent $15K for it.
Yes.
But on Benediction, I was able to get it for just under 3. Yeah, well, I had gotten it for just under 3, but I didn't equip it because I wasn't ready yet. And I also bought the boots and the belt, also for fairly cheap. Guess what? The prices went up. So when I transferred over my paladin with the actual tank set, I sold that stuff that I bought and never equipped at like probably a grand total of 2,000 platinum, at a total of like 2,000 gold profit. So that was nice. So I was able to sell that stuff. So now I have even more gold if I ever do a GDKP. But
I guess I could do one of those now. I actually have gold.
how much did
'Cause
you
I
transfer
sold
over? Like how much do you
everything.
have?
Almost 20,000.
That's decent. I mean, you could do with your priest. You could definitely.
Oh, I don't
get
have
some,
it on the priest.
Okay, but it's transferable. You
Yeah, I
can
know.
move it from character to character. Like with your, because you've got like some Alduar gear and stuff with your hunter, with your priest, you could go do like a Neo GDKP, which is Nax, Eye of Eternity, and Obsidian Sanctum. The starting bids are like 500 gold, so you could go and pick up a bunch of upgrades on your priest because you're still wearing, but you're also getting upgrades from the heroic pluses. So
Yeah, with the heroic pluses, we have a group of people that we know, at least.
who are going to get tired of doing them real fast when they finish getting the loot they want. So,
You think so?
oh yeah.
They won't want to help us get our loot.
Well, they might still help if we ask,
Well,
but
I
they're not
mean,
going to be as motivated.
Somebody
to do
like
it.
Bob has a number of characters.
He does, yeah. But
Then we have guildies as well, which we're hanging out with other people. We're not hanging out with our own guildies, but they're probably already geared up.
They haven't really been on.
we hang out with both.
Terra Lion has been on.
No, I get on whenever I get on in the Mere Casuals Guild. There's always at least 2 or 3 paladins on.
Yeah.
Lots of paladins.
Are me and Al the non-paladins in the guild?
Yeah, right now.
If we get into the guild.
But here's the thing, though. Oh yeah, have I still that? Well, I will invite you when you get home. Be like, throw me a guild invite, and I'll do it.
I tried
might
to.
even make a guild tabard. We'll see.
I tried to add him yesterday.
You should. Oh, unless.
Well, because I can only promote so much. And then
Yeah.
the last promotion has to be
I need
from
to promote
into-
you guys up to the top tier.
So we have to go from the casual promotions to the causal promotion.
Yeah, I kind of haven't figured out how to change the spelling of that.
Well, you just move the S and the U.
Yeah, but it wouldn't let me edit it.
Can you
Besides,
delete it and redo it?
the causal council is kind of a cool name for a rank, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. So we transferred characters over. So you transferred like 3 over.
Yes.
You transferred. Did you just transfer the 1?
I just transferred one.
So I have the 3 transfers and the 1 booster, so I have 4 80s now.
Nice. I transferred 1 over, but I'm going to transfer the 2nd. But I'm holding off on my shaman because my shaman's a minor, right? So I'm waiting till he's of age.
Do we make that joke every podcast when we talk about
Probably
minors?
every dungeon we try to do as well.
I didn't. The last 2 times I did not.
So, okay, actual story though. My shaman's a minor, right? So I haven't transferred him over yet because Ash Candy is a very underpopulated server, and I've been flying around collecting ore to transfer over with because I want my bags like full. Ideally, I wanted a bunch of titanium, but I've been flying around Ice Crown mining titanium with the air quotes. So I already did this fun trick with Al. But okay, so I spent like a day mining in Ice Crown, trying to get as much titanium as I can. So doing the circuit where the titanium spawns, I managed to get 39 titanium ore. How many Serenite ore do you think I got in the time it took me to get 39 titanium ore?
Are you asking me?
Yes, because
I know the answer because I was there when you told Al.
She was.
Were you?
Yes.
Well, that's boring. When did I tell Al?
Last night over the thing when I did what I thought was a guess at 422, and I think you said 602.
650-ish, yeah. It was a
650.
lot. Really? You were there?
Yeah.
You sure?
She was.
Positive.
No
yes,
memory of
yes,
you
she
being
was. I have memory.
there. Okay. Well, that wasn't as fun as I
I'm
thought
so
it would be.
memorable. I feel so loved.
I remembered you.
Thank you.
I also got a bunch of Eternals and gems
I
for
remember
my
this
jewel
too.
crafting dailies. See, at this point, I'm telling the listeners, not you, because I know you already know you've killed my story. But I will
I
eventually.
should have said anything. I should have just guessed 650.
Here's the thing, though. I've been holding off on buying the transfer, hoping I don't miss the sale. Apparently, I could just buy the transfer and not use it yet. Did you know that?
Yeah, I was there when Al told you.
I know.
I feel like we weren't at the computer. Were we talking to you?
I have been nowhere but at my computer in the last little bit. I've not been going out
We
except
must
to
have
work
been. Yeah, because I don't remember.
because I've been feeling like garbage. So
Because I remember this conversation, but I don't remember being at my computer.
I think you probably were. Are you sure you were there?
I was there. I
You just
remember the
probably weren't.
conversation.
we were running around putting out and igniting
Oh,
fires.
that's when we were working on the Fire Festival. Do we want to talk about the Fire Festival? Or do we want to?
We
Do you
can
guys have
mention
anything
it.
you want to talk? Because you said you've done more in game this week than you have in
Not
other
Fire
weeks.
Festival. Fire Festival is what I've done with you.
I know, but I'm saying
Which we're running out of time.
before we talk about Fire Festival, do we want to talk about what we've been doing in game? Do you want to talk about these other things you've been doing that are non-Fire Festival
Well,
related?
Initially, before or even after the transfer, when we started running, it was after the transfer, I guess, because I was still trying to figure out how to faction change my guy. Apparently, the naming is a big issue.
Race change and faction change are two different things.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You need to email Blizzard and be like, I accidentally bought the wrong thing. Can I like return this for like a refund? Mail it back to them.
Can you do that?
So anyway, I transferred 2 of my 3. So I was sitting on one of my transfers and faction changes. I transferred my rogue and my warrior, and I was trying to faction change my warrior or my rogue, and I was changing his name, and it wasn't letting me. It said we encountered an error. We encountered an error. So I Googled it, and apparently it had something to do with the name. I had to change the name. I am changing the name when I try and faction change it. This is not good enough. So I went to log him in on Horde side. And it says, this character has been flagged for a name change. So good. So I changed his name.
Oh, is that why
log-
you told me I had to log in after I said
Yes.
that? Oh, okay.
So I logged him in, changed his name, logged him out, faction changed him. Boom.
yeah, because I kept getting error
Bob's
too.
your
and
uncle.
then you-
Yeah, that's what
Uncle
your
Bob.
error was. You were supposed to do the name change first.
while I was waiting to transfer the names, I was doing the beta dungeons with Bob and Nettie, and I think you eventually joined in. Maybe not on day one.
Yeah, I did a bunch on day one.
Okay.
I've done
But
them every day.
I was doing it with my shaman, and they were laughing at my gear, but I now have weapons.
So does that mean they were judging my gear when I went with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went in. I now have weapons with the same speed.
Are you using the fast ones?
Yes.
How's that working? Because I've wanted to try fast
It's
weapons.
working good so far.
Okay. And are you using spell power and flame tongue and stuff now?
I'm using Flame Tongue 9 and 10, which I knew but didn't think of, but Kabosh pointed it out to me.
So when I pointed it out, it went through one ear and out the other.
No, that's
another shaman points
no. I
it out.
told you that I knew,
Yes, I know.
but I wasn't playing the shaman at the time. But I knew and forgot about was the time you told me.
Yeah.
So it didn't go in and out. It just went in and got processed by old age, and I forgot.
It
So-
went in and hid behind a rock.
So I did what Kabosh told me quickly before I forgot, and somebody else told me, and then Kabosh would say the same thing to me that you just said to me. I had to put the Kabosh on that.
Yes. But are you enjoying the shaman? Because shaman's like
Yes.
my second favorite class because they're so fun to play because there's so much you got to do.
Yes. I'm enjoying the shaman. I got to figure out a little more mana management, I guess. I'm using the water shield instead of the lightning shield,
Okay.
I guess, for mana.
Yes. Sure.
You look like you disagree.
I don't, but I
You
like.
don't
I like,
disagree, or you
no,
don't
I
use-
don't use the water shield, but I don't know if I just have different gear or what. Like I haven't noticed big mana issues.
Yeah. So what I need,
How does
I need
Shamanistic
to.
Fury work? I have the tooltip open here. Okay, so reduce all damage taken by 30% and gives your successful melee chance to regenerate mana equal to 15% of your attack power. Okay, so Shamanistic Rage will renew more mana the more attack power you have.
Yeah, every minute.
So yeah, but like it gets to the point where if you have enough attack power that you're refreshing a big chunk of your mana every minute, like it's
Yeah.
like I know with my shaman, and I don't have great gear. Like I've got a bunch of Alduar gear and stuff, but it's like no hard mode gear, no hard man gear. But I don't find that I have mana issues.
So here's my thing. Should I be going for the spell power gear?
Okay, so there is
Where do I draw a line between int and agility?
well, you want both because you gain one attack power for each of them. Mm-hmm. The only benefit to having agility over int is the extra crit. So you gain the same attack power from int, agility, and strength, I believe, as well.
Strength, not as much.
Do you get attack power from strength, or is that just rogues? I don't remember.
I think we get something, but not as much as.
But basically agility and int, I think. And you're still one. Oh man, it's been months since I played my shaman regularly. I feel like I need to get stuff wrong. But you want int and agility because int will give you more mana, and it will give you attack power as well. Agility will give you, I believe, attack power and crit.
Yeah. Now this is out of the talents.
Yeah.
Turn my
Yeah.
int into attack power.
Yes. Raw attack power you want as well. Now, as for spell power, when I was gearing my shaman, there was
I think spell power is my attack power, not int.
no. You get attack power from int. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure you get. I'm 90% sure int is a 1-to-1 attack power.
Either way, I think he's more powerful than he was when he started.
Now I'm oh, for sure, because he got better gear. But there is, I know, because there were some items where the best in slot was actually the spell power item, because you could get like a higher item level than the attack power items. Like, you know what I mean? Like there was a drop off of KT or something, or off of like the 2 Drake Obsidian, whatever his name is, Sartharian. There was a higher item level spell power drop than the attack power version, so it actually ended up being a bit better. I think just over half of your total damage comes from spell damage, so you want a fair amount of spell power, and you will notice, especially if you're doing things like keeping your fire totem and spamming your fire nova and hitting your lightning spells whenever your maelstrom's up, and spamming your shocks and stuff, like and it also affects your flame tongue damage as well. Like you'll notice that spell power, you get a huge boost from the spell power. So
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how to balance that. But that being said, with the new gear, and I've changed my weapons so that I have the same speed, I got to fix up my weak auras. I got to see my swing timer. I'm going to hate trying to manage a swing timer.
see, that's the benefit to the equal speeds. You don't have to reset your swing timer if you're using equal speed weapons. The resetting your, like, there's a whole mechanic for resetting the swing timer on a shaman. And you want to do that because if you're swinging both weapons at the same time, it only uses up one flurry charge. So your 30% haste boost from your flurry will stay up pretty much indefinitely if you're not using the extra charges for the main hand and offhand, especially if you have enough crit to keep it up like that. So if you have two equal speed weapons, they're already synced and you don't need to worry about resetting your swing timer. So right off the bat, it makes life infinitely easier if you don't have to worry about that. But if you're using like a 1.5 main hand and a 2.6 offhand or something, then they're going to be drastically different, and you're going to have to work on. I don't even know how, because I always just use the same speeds, so I'm not even sure off the top of my head how to reset the swing timer. I know there's a way to do it.
You can interrupt it with a spell of some kind.
Yeah.
You got to time it, and I'm not good enough for that.
And it gets, the faster the weapons, the harder it is to do that, because you can't always get a spell in between swings. Yeah.
So right now...
So just focus on same speed weapons.
Right now I'm on... Well, what's that website?
Like
Icy
Bob
Veins.
said, it wasn't important,
Icy
but
Veins.
trust me, as someone who's actually played a shaman, it's important.
Right now I'm on Icy Veins. And as far as straight int stuff goes, my cape should be my best in slot. It should be a cape, should be an int slot.
Yeah. Now, is that the TOGC cape? Like what phase are you
Argent
looking
Crusade
at?
Tribute Chest. Trial of the Crusader.
So that's the 272 item level capes. Those are crazy good and also very hard to get.
Yeah. Phase 3, my weapons they're different speeds. Main hand and offhand. I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, well, most of the BIS lists are gonna individually give you the best weapons. There was another site that I was using for Enhancement Shaman. I don't remember what it is. I had it bookmarked on something, I think. Hey, my guy's dancing. I had it bookmarked somewhere where they went into like the in-depth theory crafting on all the different stuff. And that's where it's part of my LVUI. It gives you a really cool AFK screen.
That's cool.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, in the trinkets, though, I'm looking at Anubarak. Drops it as Reign of the Unliving.
Mm-hmm.
That's a spell power trinket.
What's the on use or our trigger?
No on use. But the second trigger is you gain a shard of flame each time you cause a non-periodic spell critical strike. And once I reach 3 shards, they release firing a pillar of flame for 1,959 to 2,275 damage.
So every crit, it gives you a charge?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder.
Yeah, it gives me 1 charge, and on 3 charges, it releases.
So that'll happen often, and that's
Can only happen. That can only happen once every. Which part can only happen? The trinket. Shard of flame cannot be gained more than once every 2 seconds.
Okay, so that's often.
Yeah.
So you could be firing that thing off every 6 seconds, basically.
Yeah.
Because I wonder if the spell crit for that. I wonder if Flame Tongue crits count. Because Flame Tongue procs are spell damage. And I'm pretty sure they run on the same crit as everything else. Like if you've got, like, what's my crit?
Well, it says you gain a shard every time you cause a non-periodic spell critical strike.
A non-periodic spell critical strike. So no flame shock ticks. They don't count. Everything else
but
would.
the casting of it. So yeah, I would say Flame Tongue, maybe. Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd be curious. I'm sure somewhere on the internet you can find that out. That's just Serenade. I'm sure there's somewhere you could find that out. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, I'm assuming that's heroic 25 mana Nubarak.
Yeah.
So that's tough to get your hands
Oh
on.
no, Reign of the Living is it's Reign of the Dead for Horde. And that says heroic, but doesn't specify that for Alliance.
So that confused me. I didn't realize. I mean, I've realized off and on, but I keep forgetting the fact that the itemization for TOGC is different for Horde and Alliance. Like the items are the same, but they have different names. And I know it's not the best site, but I still use 80 upgrades sometimes if I want a quick reference for where an item sits on my list. I find they weight things really badly as far as hit goes. Like I can be at, like for my Paladin, if I've got all my gear put in, my good one. If I've got all my gear put in and it says, you're also nowhere near your mic, Sam, and it says I'm at like 14% crit, which I don't need that much crit, it'll still weight hit. It'll still weight hit as the highest stat, which I find annoying. But I still use the list sometimes just because it's a really accessible, easy to use list. And I was looking while we were in TOGC, and this cool axe dropped. Judgment something. It's a two-handed axe. It was on heroic 25 man. It's like a 281 DPS, like really good axe, right? And someone messaged me and they're like, "Oh yeah, I bet you're drooling over that axe." And I'm looking at my list and I don't even see it on my BIS list. And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean it looks nice, but I mean apparently it's nowhere near BIS for me." And then I kind of went on with my day. And I was like, oh, you know what sword I really want? I listed some other sword, which was not a good sword. Not nearly as good as this axe. Because, again, I'm just going off of this list, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm getting more and more confused because I'm looking at the drops and I'm looking at my list. And I was like, why aren't these really good-looking drops on my BIS list for weapons? Like, this is really confusing me, right? And raid ends. I mean, it was my first raid with this group, so I wasn't expecting to get any loot. And so I didn't really put in my name. I was like, whatever, I'm just kind of watching the stuff drop and thinking, okay, what do I want in the future kind of stuff. I go to bed that night. I'm laying in bed and I'm thinking, oh, I'm using my Horde list still. When I put my character in 80 upgrades, I listed it as whatever race it was, blood elf. Yeah. A blood elf paladin. So all the items are different. So I went and I switched it to human, and then all these items, they pop up. And like the axe that I was like, it's probably not great. I don't even see it on my list. Yeah, it's my second BIS.
So did you not get that?
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten it anyways.
Oh.
Because it was going to someone else regardless, because I'm the newbie there.
Okay.
So I mean I wasn't gonna get the weapon, but I was like it looks like I want this. Like I'm looking at it and I was like, I would totally use this weapon. Why is it not on my list? But yeah, it's because the Horde version's called something else, and yeah, I hadn't switched it over. So yeah, all the item names are different based on what faction you are. Because why would they do that? That's annoying.
I can just picture you in bed. You're sitting there. You're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was exactly that.
As I'm passed out cold.
Yeah, so I very quickly pulled out my phone and updated my character in 80 upgrades, which I shouldn't use. I shouldn't use 80 upgrades because it drives me nuts because it does not give me a good list. Like, I have to look at the list, and then I have to look at the items, and I have to rearrange them in my head based on the stats I actually need, because I'm capped on hit and expertise, but they still weight them at the top. So I have to be like, okay, this item, 80 upgrades, says it's an upgrade, but it gives me more hit, and I don't want more hit. So it's not actually an upgrade. So then I look at the next one, I'm like, well, it says this one's less of an upgrade, but it replaces my hit that I'm over cap on with like 90 crit rating, which is great. So like this item that says it's number 3 is actually number 1 for me. Like I shouldn't have to do that. It's annoying, but I guess all lists will do that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what does that have to do with what you were saying?
I don't recall.
We
were talking about weapons, and I was looking at things here.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because your weapons. Yeah. Because you were saying the trinket off of Anubarak has a different name.
Oh yeah, the different. Yeah. So yeah. But I think I overheard you say something like that, probably that same night, about different names, because it didn't surprise me to see the two different names, and that vague memory popped into my head. So
I had mentioned, because I was talking about it while we were doing the 5-mans at one point. Like I was just kind of idly chatting about it because I was looking through the item list and I was like, oh, weird, the names are different. And then I completely forgot when I was looking at my BIS list later.
So that's my
I should
shaman.
probably start doing dungeons and stuff to get better gear.
Yeah, I mean, and the more you do, the more practice you get as a healer too, and you'll get better.
Yeah, and I guess we should do it before our friends get tired of doing dungeons, or else we'll have
You-
no friends to go with.
You know what you should do? You should join us and like Bob doing like Halls of
Nettie.
Lightning and Nettie. Yeah,
Halls of
doing
Lightning
Halls
is
of
so
Lightning
sweet. I love
because
Halls of Lightning.
Yeah, but wasn't Nettie the healer?
yeah, but he's got other specs. He can do whatever.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter. And it's but it's practice for you is the thing. So the good thing about Halls of Lightning is you're not going to run out of mana. As long as you keep doing stuff. I think every time you heal, every time you take an action,
Is
you
this
gain
the
a stack
plus
of the
plus
buffs.
thing?
Yeah.
I don't like saying the first word.
heroic.
Yep.
Every time you take an action or get hit or something, it stacks up this buff. And basically no one ever runs out of mana and we're all doing crazy damage. So
And it's group. If you're within range, it's group, right?
I think
I think so.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So that would be a good one to tag along because we don't take enough damage that it's a big deal. So you can kind of focus on going through the motions and learning what you should be doing for healing, like keeping your shields up, what heals you should be using, like factoring in your group heals and stuff. I don't know how priests work. Those are good dungeons for you to figure that out in a setting where you don't have to worry about your mana. And
Should I have picked a different person?
No, priests
class?
are good. Priests are good healers.
No, because if I made like a paladin and made that focused on heal, you would have had a better chance of helping me.
Yeah,
But then we'd have another paladin.
but then we'd have so many paladins.
But we wouldn't be like a DPS. It would just be focused on heals.
I know,
Like,
but priests.
you're
Like, it
doing
doesn't
something
matter
new.
that I don't know how they work. You'll learn it, and you'll be able to teach me about priests if I ever decide to play one. Okay, maybe not, but you'll learn how to do the priests. It's not.
someone did message me saying that they can help me, but I just haven't gotten around to
Was it
asking
Nettie
them.
pointing you to the
No.
guide that they did? Because what's their podcast called?
Warcraft Reloaded.
Warcraft Reloaded.
I don't know what I just said.
Warcraft Reloaded.
Reloaded. Warcraft Reloaded. They did a priest episode with Jordy, who is a priest streamer.
Okay.
I'm nodding my head towards my computer. Who's a priest streamer who apparently knows priests quite well. He's in one of the top guilds.
So is that what he tagged me in?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
so
he
I'll
tagged
watch
you in
that.
that episode, the video version of that episode, where he gives like a detailed rundown of how to play a priest, basically,
Okay.
and what you're looking at for stats and specs and all that stuff. It's funny because I remember that episode, okay? Because I listened to Warcraft Reloaded. Honest, I do. But during that episode, I was listening, and then they got to the point where they were doing the priests, like the priest 101.
So you stopped listening?
And I was like, oh, I don't care, and I'm not in the mood, so I didn't listen to it.
Well, you should have listened to it.
Well, this was before you rolled a priest. This was like months ago. And I don't like priests. Like, I've tried playing priests. I don't enjoy it. I don't find it fun in the slightest bit. You seem to like it.
I like it.
Some people really like priests. I don't like priests.
I forget how to play my hunter.
If I'm going to heal, well, that's because your bars are all messed up. If I'm going to heal, I want to do it as a shaman or a paladin because that's what I know. I don't want to learn a new class. So they started the priest guide, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop and listen to something else now. So I kind of never finished that episode. And also they had done like a paladin episode like the week before, and I was like, oh, this is so great, and I actually learned some stuff. And then they do the priest, and I was like, I'm just tired. I don't want to learn anything else right now. So I didn't. So I haven't actually watched the episode, but I went back and I did watch a bit of it after Nettie linked it, and I was like, oh, this is information, which it is, because like I said, Jordy, good priest.
So I should probably go in.
Listen to it
Listen
or
to
watch it, yeah, and do it while the game's open. So, and while your priest is there.
Okay.
Because when he says, oh, okay, and mentions this talent, open up your talent menu and
see
look
if
at the
I have
talent. Well, not even if you have it, just look at it and be like, oh, okay, this is what it is. I'm reading the information. Or when he mentions a spell, open up your book and look for that spell so you know what he's talking about. Because it's one thing to just like listen and hear it. If you're actively
Doing
interacting with your priest while he's explaining the priest, then you'll get more out of it because it'll be something you're also doing as well as just hearing.
Do they have a hunter one too? Because I don't play that one very well either.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I was going to say, be an expert on Hunter, and you could be their guest, but you're not an expert on Hunter. It's funny because they did the priest and the paladin and then the priest, and I think I messaged. No, that can't be right.
That sounds like the beginning of a joke.
They must have done a Hunter one.
Paladin and a priest walk into a bar.
Oh no, because they did. Okay, they either did paladin and then rogue. They must have had Simonize on for rogue.
Yes.
Okay, then they did Paladin and Rogue, and I messaged Bob, and I was like, okay, now have a Hunter update on so that our whole Mere Casuals crew can become decent at the game.
Oh,
But
you
then-
did say that?
I did say that. But they did do a priest, and you're a priest now, so they kind of have that covered. Did you do anything else this week, Al? Did I ask you if you're enjoying the Shaman, though?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the Shaman.
'Cause I love
just running a lot of dungeons and making a lot of videos. I did something on Valheim. Oh, yes, I've started. So I took your suggestion. I started checking out some of the other patterns. So I have a couple blacksmithing patterns.
Did you end up like selling any patterns last night?
No, because I fell asleep shortly after that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
yesterday was a rough day.
You actually fell asleep?
I fell asleep a number of times. I don't even remember at what point yesterday. I thought yesterday was a day.
Good that you're sleeping. So I was going to ask last
I woke
night.
up at 1:30 as well.
I was going to ask last night, but it was after I got off, and I wasn't sure if you're still up, so I didn't message you on Discord.
What time do you get off?
Off game. So
Was Sam there for that?
plate recipes for no, that was this morning. Plate recipes for what? It's a joke, Sam. Why are you red?
Because it's probably true.
No. So
She can't hide it.
plate recipes for Paladin. I know the DPS ones because I have the bracers, and I'm not sure if I want the chest or not. I probably don't because the tier's better.
What, the
But-
stuff that I just bought?
Yeah, but it's not for me. I was going to
gonna
ask
see if
you:
you-
is there tanking patterns? Because I will want the tanking ones.
I just got the cheap ones. The guy was advertising them. Says $350 for both. I said, sure, I'll take them because
It's a good deal,
it
probably.
was like $300 to $400. The cheap ones were $300 to $400 for one, and the other one was like $100 or something. So
good deal then. And from what I can tell, the breastplate and bracers have been selling because they're darn good for warriors and they're half decent for paladins.
and I'll just throw this out there in case they happen to be listening. But it was XSYS is the person that sold it to me. Thank you very much. I'll try and make some money off of that.
Is it a rogue?
I don't remember. We'll have to look
Name
later.
sounds familiar. No, it's probably not them. So, yeah, keep an eye out for tanking ones.
They weren't
though.
part of ARG.
Keep an eye out for tanking ones
And then-
because I'm not going to be getting tank stuff from raids likely, and I still want to beef up my tanking spec. So if you can make any tanking gear upgrades for me, I'll probably commission you on those.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna charge you a fortune. Like I'm out of money because I bought everything to make the pattern piece for my shaman,
Yeah.
but then I decided to sell it, but it's not selling. It didn't sell. I put it up at the 17. Other people brought it down to 10. 10's kind of bordering the cost, so I'm gonna keep it out for a minute and put it back. But if it doesn't go back up, then I'm just going to equip it.
Which item is that?
It is
The chest?
It's the chest piece. It's the male chest that drops in TOGC.
Like the pattern. What are the stats on it? I wonder. I might want one too.
Okay, well I will.
I can get the mats. I wouldn't expect you to farm the mats. I can get the mats for you. If I do it, like if and when I transfer my shaman.
I
or
found a
transfer
good place
my
to
shaman
farm the
over here.
mats.
Okay, well that's good. Like for the scales and stuff, you mean?
Yeah, auction house.
Oh, I have those scales for you.
Oh, thank you. I could use another set,
I only have 23.
so I'll have to farm 17 of them. Which
And the thing is,
can get
once
out
you
of my
once you get whatever gear you want from the sidereal essence, you can get the orbs through that.
side reel.
It's not sidereal, but yeah, you can get the orbs through that. So
I also transferred over a bunch of leather too that I was just going to sell, but if you need it.
yeah, the thing is, it probably sells more on our current server.
Yeah, no,
than
that's
our
why I
old
brought it
server.
all over, but if Al needs it, he can
Although
have it.
I looked because I'm trying to get titanium to bring over to like Prospect for more gems. Although I could probably just use my emblems to buy gems. But I was looking and titanium ore was selling for like 120 gold a stack on Benediction. And I was like, oh, I wonder what it's selling for on Ash Candy. Maybe I can buy some before I transfer over. Yeah, it was 400 gold a stack on Ash Candy. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so. So I went and farmed it. Maybe I'll sell it and then transfer over and buy double the stacks.
Yeah, you could.
I could. But we'll see. We'll see.
I still need to up my... I was going to say leatherworking because I was looking over.
Tailoring.
Yep.
So, but on your priest, you did a Halls of Lightning Heroic Plus with us.
I don't want to talk,
as
but
Shadow.
I was there. I was just there.
How do you enjoy Shadow? You just don't know how to play it.
I just followed you guys. I don't think I did anything.
You were pulling a solid 1,000 DPS.
Is that good?
No.
So I was just there.
Because that was in Halls of Lightning. For comparison, there were fights where I was doing 30,000.
Yeah, I was just there.
Yeah, I know.
I got 2 items.
I was also pulling in about 1,000.
No, you were doing like 4,000 at least. You were doing better. You weren't doing as low as Sam was.
I don't think it was 4,000. I'll probably do that now. Well, with buffs and everything, maybe, because I'm starting to get things timed. I still need gems. I still need enchants. I have a few enchants that were sent to me by Terra Lion. He's upped his enchanting, so if we need any enchanting, he's got it as well.
Me and Sam are both enchanters, Al.
I'm also pushing our guild mates.
I know. Terra Lion is a solid person.
Honestly haven't played in a while.
Well, you need to get on.
I just haven't
practice.
Wanted to. Is that wrong?
No,
I don't know. I think I just need to get back into it. I don't know.
Probably.
I just haven't.
You need to stop watching your shows.
Yeah, I'm done.
You done your show?
I'm done the series.
Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe you'll actually play now.
But then there's another one that I want to watch. It's only 2 seasons of it this time, not 5.
Okay. So.
Which, it's a show that I want to watch with you. I feel like you would like it.
What show?
From
what?
From.
It's called From?
Yes.
Oh, is that the one I was supposed to look at the trailer for?
Yes.
Yeah, I never did that. So that's what Al did this week. You've got your leather working on the go and your blacksmithing.
Yes. Well, my blacksmithing was already 450. I bought the patterns. I'm not sure if I've learned them yet or not, but they're sitting there, and I just got to get myself out there.
Hopefully you can make some, because here's the thing, like, you don't need the mats. Just like auction the channel, be like, I got these patterns, bring me your mats and tip, and I'll make it. Like, you see people doing that all the time. You get lucky a few times, and people will come to you to make their stuff, and you might make, not a lot, but a little bit of gold off of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to have all the patterns to do that.
Well,
Just
the
be
thing
like,
that
I
I'm
got this,
worried
this,
about
and this.
the most, somebody was offering to do some of those patterns, and they said collateral will be provided. So I'm guessing because the mats are, the mats are, it says, I'm crafting this with your material, collateral is provided. So like if they're going to pass over that material, they're going to want something valuable from you to make sure you don't just log and run. And I'm not doing that.
Oh.
So hopefully.
Well,
people do that?
Yeah. I forget that people steal things.
So people would just get the mats and just run off?
So what some people do is, like, say they're handing you like 8,000 gold worth of mats, you hand them 8,000 gold to hold while you're making their thing, and then you trade back. Which, I mean, if you need to borrow a gold float to do that, I can send you some gold. Like if that's
don't
the
trust
issue.
me.
Well, it's
Then
not
I'm
you
fine.
people don't trust. It's people don't trust WoW players. Which, do you?
No, I go out and I have multiple tunes. I learn to do it all myself.
The thing is, I would have just... I trust people. How much money have I lost so far?
Well, I mean, you don't have people do things either.
I meant in real life.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing it's got to be the Crusader's Dragon Scale breastplate that I learned. Anyway, it's 1384 armor, 120 agility, 71 int, 107 stam, red, blue, and yellow socket.
With 3 slots. Nice.
Yep, with 8. Haste 63, attack 149, and armor pen 82.
Okay, so the armor pen is an average at best stat, but I mean, still.
This is it. It's 40 icy dragon scale, 8 eternal water, 8 eternal life, 8 arctic fur, 8 crusader orbs.
So the orbs are the big... What you doing?
Do you like having something like this on hand?
I had a thought. Just give me a second.
Oh, is she seeing it? Are you seeing if you have icy fur?
My arctic fur.
Arctic fur, rather.
That'll sell about.
Yeah, no, load it up and check.
Good ones can go for 90 gold plus.
Good Arctic furs?
Yes.
Are there bad Arctic fur?
Yeah, the ones that are cheaper.
Oh, okay.
If you're the seller, they're bad.
Oh, okay.
If you're the buyer, those are the good ones.
So that's cool.
It's a matter of perspective.
It is. Yeah. So I did
I
some.
think this one's actually mine.
I wasn't actually going to.
I've done as of this morning. I think I've done 22 heroic beta plus whatevers. So I am just over halfway to my new weapon. Which, man, that's so many dungeons.
Why do you close everything when you close my computer?
Didn't you shut your computer down?
No, you did.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. Have it. I also did the 25-man.
Hard mode.
Yes, the 25-man. They don't call it hard man mode anymore. They call it heroic now.
Oh.
So not only is it not as funny, but you can't say it out loud.
Yeah, the hard modes were new.
I refuse to
think.
say it.
Just something they did for Eldor. We never had hard modes before. We had heroics. Am
Yeah.
I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay.
They kind of had a hard mode in AQ, but it wasn't like an official hard mode because you could kill the bugs in a different order to make it harder and get better loot. So that was kind of their first stab at hard modes. And
Well, the bugs just acted differently when the other ones were dead.
yeah, which is exactly how Iron Council hard mode works.
Okay.
Like it's exactly the same thing. So it's like Bug Trio is basically Iron Council.
Hey, what dungeon are we talking about?
Hey, we're
AQ40
comparing
and
AQ
Eldor.
to Eldor, yeah.
And
I want to do AQ40.
I feel like there was another one. Maybe there wasn't.
Right? That's why I said I would take a brand new one instead of
See, there's
Cataclysm.
upsides to both. Oh, that's the other. I'll talk about what I did later. So that's the other thing I wanted to mention. So we had that discussion last week about. Was it last week we had that?
Yes.
About what we'd prefer, like a fresh server
Oh.
or a Cataclysm server.
We didn't get a suggestion from Falcon Mick this week.
Yeah, I know. Weird. Is he okay?
I hope so.
We need more scenarios from Falcon Mick. But I had a follow up to that because I said, I think I ended up going with Kata, right? I think I ended up saying I would like to do both.
I don't know because I usually watch these on YouTube
But
and somebody is not releasing
Yeah,
the YouTube
Getting
videos.
there, I'm getting to it. I think I was leaning towards Kata, but I was kind of like on the fence because I like both. So after we recorded last week's episode, I ended up going on the YouTube, and a video suggestion popped up from Scotty J. Do you know who Scotty J is?
Yeah.
A guy that I find
I think I was chatting with
very
him.
insightful and also very irritating. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if Scotty J was there. We were having a
I
conversation.
both
one day.
like and dislike him.
Was I talking with Scotty J or was it Go? It wasn't Go. I think it was Scotty J and Bob and a few others. We were in the Discord, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I think he found me kind of funny. So there you go.
Well, there you go. So, like,
There was
I don't-
somebody
I don't
there.
know.
I think it was Scotty J. I don't know.
who knows? Either way, he's a person that exists, and he makes good YouTube videos. He's good. I do like him, but I also disagree with him often. So
Well, you can like people you disagree with often.
I know, like we get along.
As I point towards you.
But anyways, he did a video on Kata, and like is Cataclysm good?
Yes.
And there's so much stuff that I had forgotten about that I,
I have
liked
seen
about
that video
Cataclysm.
on my suggested watch list
Because
for a while now.
yeah, because you haven't watched it yet. You
I
should
haven't.
watch it.
I know it's there, and I want to so badly.
Like if you're having any thoughts of, oh, do I want Cataclysm Classic or not? If you're having any of those thoughts, watch his video on like is Kata good, and you'll be like, oh crap, I forgot about that. And like there's so much stuff he brings up that I forgot was a thing in Kata that I really liked.
Yeah.
And like it was the start of a lot of really good quality of life stuff in WoW.
Yeah. See, I was about to watch it, but then something you said, oh, Samantha just started playing World of Warcraft.
Oh. Sam.
Hi.
So I was going to watch it, but then you started telling me all the bad things about Scotty J, and I was just like, it's like, okay,
Did I,
maybe I
though?
don't want to watch this now. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I didn't say anything specific
It's
to you.
there.
I know.
I've just been on YouTube a lot producing as opposed to
Well,
watching.
watch videos.
And I had to. Okay, so today I went to go on and I had time to watch something, and it suggested the wardrobe malfunctions that happen in WWE. So I had to watch that one before I watched anything else.
Did you though?
Yeah.
Because I'm not mining while we record.
And actually, well, we don't mind anyway. And something you said earlier actually reminded me of a good wrestling clip I saw. Do you want to hear about it?
No.
No, I'm good. So, anyways, that was my experience. I should have made notes and mentioned the specific
have any.
things that I was like, oh, right, that was Kata.
Do you have
But
somebody near an auction house?
One thing I wish was in the game now that they added in Kata was the reforging. Like that would be so nice because of these items.
That does the secondary traits.
Yeah. These items that I'm getting, because I have noticed that TOGC and ICC, there's a lot of C's coming up. TOGC and ICC.
That's icy.
The plate,
Because it's cold.
the plate DPS gear is very heavily itemized towards warriors, like DPS warriors.
Yeah, you keep complaining
They
about the armor
all
pen.
have
and all this
armor
other
pen
jazz.
on them, and it's all warrior stats. And it's like, okay, these are items that are still okay for me, but like I don't need all this armor pen and hit. Like I'm not dual wielding. I don't need 25% hit. I don't know what warriors need. I know they only need 8 from their main hand still, but then they're dual wielding, so they still want all this bonus hit. I don't need all this
just
hit.
up
I
over
don't
that
need all
little
this armor
bridge.
pen. I want crit. I want all the armor pen
Yes.
turned into crit,
No.
or maybe haste.
No. Yes. I am listening to you, but I'm also giving directions. And just for the record, Scotty J, we have no issues with you.
I don't think he listens to us.
In the off chance.
It's unlikely.
Stop looking at that. I'll direct you. It's that pavilion.
I see everything.
So
I've been there a number of times.
yeah, reforging was awesome.
I loved reforging.
Transmog, could do without it. Don't care. I never used it myself.
I would like it, but I could do without it.
Like this one right here.
See, the thing I don't
No.
like about transmog
That one.
is if I get new loot,
To your
I want
left.
it to look like I'm wearing the loot I'm wearing.
Unless it looks like crap.
Even if it looks like crap, if it's good, like it's still obvious. Like the sword I'm trying to get from the Sidriel Essence vendor, the
Sidriel.
Aesir's Edge. It looks so stupid. I don't like it, but I will proudly wear it because I know it's a good sword.
Can you look up under recipes? Just put White Knight.
Isn't that the healing plate?
No.
Like night as in nighttime or
Knigth. No. Tank.
KNITGH? Did you
Yeah.
actually say that? Because if she types it in like that, she's not going to get it.
That's fine. What's the cheapest?
444. 444. It's the only one. All 4 of them are 444.
All 4 are 444?
Yeah.
That's only 3 4s for 4s that all have 4s.
Did I say 4 too many times?
So
That's
is,
just a
that,
lot of 4s.
is that worth me buying to make for you?
What is that? Is that the tank one?
That is. It's 103 strength, 168 stam, improved defense 71, dodge 55, parry 63.
Dodge
Red-
and parry, huh? I'll have to look at the tier. Don't buy it yet. I'll have to look at the tier because I want more block. I feel
What's-
like.
Item level 245, phase 3.
Yeah.
Drops out of it. There's no other.
I have to look at the tier and see if I want the tier, but maybe.
Okay. Well, I was going to get her
Probably.
to buy that for me while I was there.
Is
but
there
I'm on the wrong character. I don't have money for that.
is there a bracer or like is there a bracer as well for the tank?
It's the
set?
Serenite Sword Breakers.
Is that tanking bracers?
Yes.
What are the stats on those?
Defense 50, dodge 42, hit 38.
Oh, I do need more hit.
Can you do Sword Breakers?
Again, compelling.
2 words. 1 word.
compelling podcast content.
Yes. Well, we're live. We're live
I'm
researching
Not, I'm not
recipes.
uninterested, but you know. So, but yeah, I did do
Sword Breakers. Just put Sword B.
with a double
Watch out for your mic stand.
sword with a W. Sword.
Sword.
Sword, right?
Just put SWORDB all together. All together.
What? Oh.
No O's.
Yeah, there is one.
Serenite Swordbreaker?
Yes.
Yes,
1998.
for the pattern.
That was a good year.
Like 1,098
1998
for the pattern.
for the pattern.
Oh, don't spend that much.
Yeah. That one's pretty popular.
Well, they are decent. Well, it's the hit because a lot of tanks are short hit. Although you don't, I mean, you do need it though. I
Yeah,
don't
if
know.
you want the DPS, you're looking at the razor plate, the titanium, and the titanium spike cards.
I already have the titanium spike cards.
But as far
There's
as
a lot up, so I feel like it might be easy to get.
crafting,
They drop pretty often.
in the tank stuff, which you mentioned to me earlier, you want the breastplate of the White Knight, but it sounds like you don't want it.
No, I might. I don't know. It depends. If the tier has like a bunch of block rating, like I want a bunch of block rating
Okay.
because I want to get paladins use a lot of block, and I want to get my block as high as I can because that's like parry is like mitigation on some hits. If you get high enough block rating, it's like mitigation on most hits.
Okay, so yeah, no, this is good podcast stuff because we're showing people how they can gear up with crafting.
Oh no, we're talking
And,
about relevant information.
Why did it go to mage?
I
said
don't know.
Paladin. So yeah, so what were you talking about?
I was going to start talking about the new raid because I did do TOGC 25, mostly heroics the other day. We cleared pretty easily the first 4 encounters and then tried a Nubarak on heroic a few times. Ended up finishing it up on normal because it is quite a difficult fight. We were still at the point where we would have gotten a decent reward cache because we weren't down to 25 wipes yet. Like we still had a lot of attempts left, but we also wanted to go do Ani, which is very easy, and didn't have all night. So we kind of did what we did. But the raid itself, like all of this complaints that, oh, it's just 25 minutes and you're out, it took us a lot longer than 25 minutes. Now, we're not perfect, but I feel like we did
I feel like that
decent.
happens a lot when you raid with Bob.
No, this wasn't like this wasn't one of Bob's 8-hour runs.
Oh, okay.
Bob wasn't leading it.
Oh, okay.
That's the key. If Bob's not leading it, then it's okay. They had a competent person leading. No, I'm sorry.
Don't say
he's
that.
Not incompetent. No, they had a good their raid leader on that cruise. Good. Yeah, the beasts of what is it? Beasts of something. Norath, Azeroth, beasts of something. Beasts of Northrend. I don't remember what it's called. The first encounter. It's long because it's like 3 different raid encounters, and you have to beat all of them before you win. You got like Ice Howl, I think he's the 3rd one or the first one. You got the worms. You got another guy that like throws people up against the wall and charges them.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
It's fun stuff. Like it's a fun fight. They're very active fights.
Most of them are chained outside of the grounds.
Yeah. It's the guys that you see chained outside.
Yeah.
They're very fun fights.
We already had to fight Ice Howl.
Did we?
Isn't he the one that was over with the ladies and we had to do something to him?
Maybe. Probably. I don't know. And then I don't remember the order, but there's one where you fight like one of the Argent people.
Is that going to explode?
Oh, I can check here.
My computer?
Yeah.
No, that's normal.
Okay.
Is it normal? Oh, Lord Jaraxxus is next. He's like a big demon.
Yeah, he's from the Outlands.
He does look like he's from the Outlands. He does a bunch of
He
stuff.
walks in through a portal, right?
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like,
There's
I
like
know
a
him. I've been there.
there's
not
like a summon,
not in the
you summon
proper.
him in and you kind of tank him.
I've been there way back in retail.
The one. Okay, so the one that threw me off was the faction champions. So I was not prepared for like how
You are not
wild.
prepared.
Oh, someone said that, and that's what I pictured. So I think there was like a poll where something happened, and someone said you were not prepared, and I just kept thinking of like, oh, that's the WoW trailer for. Was that Burning Crusade? I think it was
Yes.
Burning Crusade
Yes, it
trailer. I was
was.
like, that's from the trailer. Someone said, I can't remember who said that, but that was my first thought.
So you don't get teardrops, you get trophies, and you can trade those trophies in? Is that the way it works?
Okay, so you can get tier tokens from the cache at the end, or each boss, on Heroic at least, dropped like 2 or 3 of these trophies, and then you combine that and the Triumph badges for tier. So there's 2
there it
different
is,
ways
the
to get
regalia.
tier. So you can get the regalia, but I think it only drops from the cache at the end. Otherwise, you're using your tokens and the trophies to get it.
Okay.
And there's like 3 levels of it. There's like 10 and 25 in Heroic. I think there's like 3 versions of the tier. I'd have to look again. I should have come prepared with more information. But the faction champions, I was not prepared for that fight at all. Your fight. There's 25 mobs on 25 man that you're fighting.
28.
Like it's supposed to be. No, it's 25 because it's like a PvP battle. It's 25 versus 25.
Okay. I thought, because I messaged you once and it said 28 out of 28 still alive.
Okay, maybe it is 28, but it's a lot either way. And it is just, you kind of just charge in and like it feels to me like just charging in and going nuts.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure there is some strategy, some planning, like somebody's got a job that they're supposed to do.
And this is jousting?
No, this is actual like melee. Like your 25 man raid charges against this 25 or 28 man raid, and it's just like this chaotic fight where they're like, okay, kill the shaman first, kill the resto druid, kill the paladin, and we're like focusing people down. And I love it because I charge in and I blow my cooldowns and I start cleaving and my damage goes way up, but then inevitably I get like aggro from the rogue and he like destroys me. I think every fight I just run in and I'd just be pumping out the DPS, and then the rogue would be like, no, you don't get to do that anymore, and kill me. Like I died every attempt. And it ended up, the one where we won, like all the melee were dead, and it was just, there was like a half dozen of us left and like some of them, and they just kind of single targeted stuff down. But yeah, it's a wild fight. Like it's fun.
I want to try it.
But man, it feels chaotic. You would love it as a shaman. Because run in there and drop your fire totem and then just spam fire nova and chain lightning and stuff.
Be good with a rogue too.
Drop your fire elemental too. Yeah, rogue, just fanning of knives. Is that the plural? Fanning of knives? Fan of knivesing? I like fanning of knives.
Fans
better.
of knife.
Fanning. I like fanning of knives. Fanning of knives.
I wonder if Fellstriker would be good
I don't
in there.
remember how I said it that I liked. Fellstriker? I don't know. Ask Bob. He's got one. I don't know if he used it.
So
I was there with his warrior, though.
While you were doing that, I was half listening to you and half
You're
still
only
researching.
half listening to me?
Yes. But you were mentioning how you wanted to see the tier piece before I made that thing for you.
Yeah.
I got the tier piece up,
Okay.
which gives you strength and stam,
It should.
but increases your defense by 80, your dodge by 72, and your parry by 72.
Oh, so it's the same?
I don't
Same
know.
stats.
Yeah.
Like
But
the
a yellow and a
now
blue
is that
socket.
is that the heroic piece?
This is Tyrillion's Breastplate of Triumph Heroic.
What's the item? Okay, so
Phase
that's
3.
the top tier level,
258.
258. So I would probably be getting the 245 one for my tank spec,
Wouldn't it be the same thing just with
or
lower?
the whatever. I would likely be getting the one that I don't even need the trophies for. So the lowest tier, so 238. I want to say.
Well, these are all the 258s.
Yeah, but on my tank set on my paladin, I'd probably be getting the 238 one because I'm not getting the stuff from the raid for my prot spec. So can you find the 238 one? Because if the blacksmithed one is better than the 238, what are the tier bonuses? What are the tier bonuses?
There's way too many thoughts in that one question.
It wasn't a question. It was a stream of consciousness.
Oh, okay.
What are the tier bonuses for prot paladin?
Going back.
I know the ret ones. I want to talk about the ret ones.
Tier bonus, decrease the cooldown on your Hand of Reckoning ability by 2 seconds.
Okay.
And increases damage done by your Hammer of Righteousness ability by 5%. That's 2.
Those
pieces,
are both for 2?
Yes.
Okay.
4 piece, decreases the cooldown on your Divine Protection ability and reduces duration of. 4 piece, duration of Forbearance by 30 seconds.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's decent.
If you have all 4 pieces.
Yeah. The 2 piece. Okay, so the cooldown on the hand of what's it called? Hand of what's it called? I know the
Hand
ability.
of Reckoning.
Hand of Reckoning. That's 2 seconds?
Yes.
See, that's not a big deal. And damage, what's the damage increase on your shield of whatever?
Hammer of Righteous
Hammer
is
of Righteous.
5% increase.
5%. See, those are like not great set bonuses. I don't think. Maybe I just don't understand Prot Paladin well enough. But I feel like that 2-piece set bonus is not great. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say no to it if I had 2 of the pieces, but like, it's not as good as the ret bonus. The ret bonus for the 2-piece, again, not as good as the ICC bonus, but it allows your, oh shoot, what's it called? I don't remember what the talent's called. There's a talent pretty high in the ret paladin tree that every time you crit with various abilities, it puts a dot on the target for X percentage of the damage you deal. And the 2 set piece bonus for TOGC allows that ability to crit.
Nice.
So it does a fair amount of damage already. Like you get a lot of damage from this something. I feel like the word vengeance is in there somewhere. I'm bad with remembering the names of things. But that ability, the dot can now crit. I'm assuming at the same crit rate as the rest of my abilities, which is like 45%. Like I have a lot of crit. Yeah. So that's a lot of, I mean, a lot of the simming and the stuff, they're saying that set bonus on its own, with no accounting for the gear you get from the tier, is like a 400 DPS increase. Like that's a good set piece.
So just to put this in layman's terms, do you still not want the pattern?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Maybe. I have to look and see if it's better than the 238 tier 9, then yeah, I'll have you make that. But I don't know.
All right.
I also, you know what? I'll probably want it anyways, because I also want to use those badges to get my ret stuff. So it's going to be a while before I have enough badges to even start working on the prot tier stuff. So yeah, I'll probably want it. I wonder what the shaman... I'm going to look up the shamans. Okay, so 2-piece adds an additional 3% chance to trigger your static shock talent. I don't like that. That's not very good. 4-piece increases the damage done by your earth shock, flame shock, and frost shock by 25%. Okay, that's decent. But yeah, that 2-piece elemental set bonus, that is extremely underwhelming.
Yeah.
That's kind of disappointing, actually. Because the static shock, I believe that when you have your lightning balls going around you, there's a talent you can get that gives you an X percentage chance of you discharging one of those balls on melee strikes. So I feel like increasing the chance of discharging your balls. Increasing the chance that you discharge your balls while meleeing by 3% doesn't seem like anything to me. Does that feel like anything to you?
What does it feel like anything to me when I discharge my balls?
Yeah, does that feel like anything to you?
It's electrifying.
He didn't just discharge his balls, did he?
Well, you know what? At least I didn't discharge my balls when a Twitch streamer hugged me.
Did that happen to somebody?
Yeah.
Who?
What?
I just saw it on YouTube, so that was funny.
Okay, that seems like a lot.
I didn't see the discharging of the balls. I'm just saying. Well, you were complaining about having balls in your face the other day.
Yeah, because I didn't. Well, I wanted the black balls, but I kept getting the white balls.
I remember having this conversation.
That's one of the TOGC bosses. See, when you're hitting the white person, you want the black balls in your face. Well, no, it's when you hit. I forget their names. Lightbane and Darkbane. Lightbane and Darkbane. I believe the way it works is when you're hitting Lightbane, you want to get hit by the black balls because it gives you a buff. Because you have that aura up. You guys are laughing, but this is true. When you're hitting Lightbane, you want to get hit by the black balls, and if you're hitting Lightbane, you hit by the white ones, you take damage because you get a buff from getting the black balls.
So when you're hitting one guy, you want the other guy's balls in your face.
Essentially, yeah. Because
you
have the opposing
and when you
aura.
switch over to the other guy, you want the other guy's balls in your face.
Yes, but you got to make sure.
So you're hitting this guy, and then this guy's.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta watch whose balls you're getting because like say you have to switch auras. Like there's certain mechanics that come up where you got to switch.
You're very mature.
There's certain mechanics where you got to switch, right? So you got to hit the one aura here. But then if you want to switch back to the dark aura, you got to run like across the room, and you got to make sure you don't trip on any balls on the way over. Because if you get if you're running across the room,
this guy.
No, if you're running across the room,
face, and then you don't want to trip over balls as well.
If you're running across the room and you get unexpected balls to the face, it can kill you.
It really sounds like you're having the wrong kind of orgy.
It's a fun fight. You'd enjoy it, Sam.
I don't like balls in my face.
No.
Oh, well, sorry, Josh.
Then avoid them. But then you got soakers, right? So you get people. No, you do. You get your soakers.
That reminds me of Clueless.
You get your soakers, and they grab the opposite aura, and they run around.
Still talking about WoW?
Yes, they run around the room while you're fighting. They run around the room, sucking up all the opposition balls.
So the soakers suck up the balls.
Yeah.
And while you're hitting this guy, you're getting the other guy's balls in your face.
Yeah.
While the soakers go around and suck
You
up
got
the
to
balls.
hope that the ball suckers are doing their job because you don't want to get hit by the wrong balls.
This is why I have no friends, because I'm so immature.
No, we're talking about a raid.
This is literally a raid encounter.
This reminds me of Clueless.
Does it? Like the movie?
Yeah, where the one girl going into the PE class, physical education. She goes, yeah, my doctor said I can't do tennis because I can't go into a sport where there's balls heading towards my face. And the one girl says, well, there goes your social life.
I do vaguely remember that. That sounds familiar.
I love how I am the only one at this table who has never seen Clueless.
You haven't?
You haven't seen Clueless? Oh, it is the best.
Maybe it was before her time. Because that was a 90s movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, late 90s, but 90s.
So basically what you're saying is you're clueless about Clueless.
Yes. I guess.
Yeah, you should probably
I know
watch
Paul
it
Rudd is in it.
just for context.
Yeah, he plays the cousin that she falls in love with.
Wait, is it her cousin?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
No, stepbrother. Sorry.
Okay. Is that better or worse? Because you say that like, oh, no, it's only her stepbrother.
They had different mothers.
Oh, wait, so stepbrother or half-brother?
Half-brother?
I
think it's the same dad.
Yeah, that's half-brother, not stepbrother. Those are the ones you're not supposed to do things with.
You shouldn't do anything with your stepbrother either. I
You
know there's no
shouldn't.
blood relations, but that's still weird.
Stepbrothers are okay. They have a
shouldn't,
category
but you
for that on
can.
Pornhub.
I'm assuming they have a category for real brothers, too.
But that's not real. Well, except for the twins, because you can kind of tell.
Should we?
The
And this,
degradation
we
of
should
mere
just...
cousins. But no, they make a joke at the end, and I forget what the actual joke is.
At the end of which? Clueless?
Clueless.
Okay.
Joke at the end of Clueless. Because she talks about... I don't know. I'm going to pull up a video. I don't want to...
I feel like this is a... Do we need to know this for context?
No.
Anyway, they say... Yeah.
Ooh, that's rain.
That's coming down out there. So we should end this. I do have a big thing here on the fan later. The fan later. What is your... I've got the fan later. We'll end on the fan.
So, this one girl... Because our AC at work seems to be broken. This one girl bought her own fan.
Okay.
And for some reason, I walked over to them when they're having a conversation about their undergarments and how she doesn't wear any. And
okay, that's a weird thing to
and
bring up.
then
with a
she looked
coworker.
over, and she looked over and goes, "This must be really awkward for you." I said, "No, not really. Keep going." And anyway, she goes, "Yeah, we got the fan," and she said something about a fan. How she dropped down and said, "Great." So now between you talking about your fan and the fact you don't have undergarments and going down there, I could just hear this flapping noise all of a sudden.
Oh. And you're allowed to have these conversations with your coworkers,
Oh,
huh?
probably not.
Wow.
And then later on,
Does your HR manager know you by name?
Yes. Oh, yes.
I would hope so.
My HR manager is the first target I have. She doesn't even say, "Oh my God," near me anymore.
Yeah.
I
She
don't
knows
think
better.
anybody does.
Because she'll get the last time said someone that. 9 months later.
There was a baby.
Yeah. I don't know your joke. I said I
No,
butchered
that's
it.
O'Allen.
Oh, okay. Not gonna say it.
Oh my God is when she says, "Oh my God," I said, "Did you call me?"
Good one, Al.
I know, right? So yeah, that was just talking about curtains flapping in the wind at work.
All right, let's do our exit thing. Thunder has begun. I also have Fire Festival here, but I'm kind of wondering if we should finish the I kind of wonder if we should finish the Fire Festival and do a bonus episode on it.
Yes, then I'll get that Clueless line for that.
Sure. We will definitely at Al.
We'll have to make sure to fight a hoon and see what a hoon drops for us.
Yeah, let's.
Should I watch Clueless before then too?
If you like.
2 hours and 13 minutes. I feel like we've
we did a
underwhelmed
long
our
pause.
podcast.
Underwhelmed it?
Yeah, do you think yeah. I don't know.
It's going to end up shorter than that. So let's end this, and we'll have this is a conversation for later.
All right, and let's end it appropriately so I can soundbite this part. That's outrageous.
Every time.